Hey, good people. I am back on your screen with the rest of this story. My childhood friend tried to set me up. Well, she set me up. I just came back from Walmart getting a few things, and I'm finna go in the house, but I want to finish up this story for y'all. So I know I left off where I was telling y'all, Adrian and the guy she was with at the time, tried to get in my house and, steal my children's Christmas and some other things, or what they thought they could carry that was valuable so they can get the money to get their house. But they didn't. So, fast forward. But let me go back. After that situation, I didn't see her for a long time. Every blue moon, I would see her here and there. And there were times when I did see her, I didn't even know who she was because she looked awful. Her skin had turned really dark. And I know when people are in that world and doing that, they lose a lot of weight. And that's what happened to her. So fast forward to setup number 2. This one involves her sister, her baby sister, the one that passed away years ago. And we're going to call her Vivian. So Adrian and Vivian concocted this scheme to set me up a second time. And it was with that guy friend who she was with too. He was involved as well. But I didn't know all this at the time. So out the blue, Vivian calls me. Now I was cool with all 3 sisters, but I was more closer to Adrian than anybody. And Vivian calls me, wanting to come over. Hey girl, how you doing? What's been going on? Is that okay if I come over? And I'm thinking like, that's kind of strange, because she never really came around me all like that. I think when we were around each other, it would be like if I was hanging with her older sister, Adrian. So I'm like, yeah, okay, come on through. So I'm cleaning, had just got through cleaning my house. I was working at the time, had got my paycheck, bought a brand new TV, keep that in mind. And so here comes Vivian knocking at my door. My children at the time, they had to be about, I think my son was 5 or 6. My daughter, she had to be 7 or 8, maybe 8 or 9, somewhere around there. And Vivian's knocking at the door. So I go to the door to open the door. Keep in mind, I got socks on. And anybody who know me, I don't like to walk around barefoot. Either I have house shoes on or socks on. This particular night, I had socks on. And it was like 5:36 in the evening when she came over. So I go to open the door, let her in. And I'm wondering why she just standing there. You open the door. When people open the door, you walk right on in. She's standing there like if something was going on, but I still hadn't put my finger on it. I see this woman on the 3rd floor because I stayed on the 2nd floor. I see this woman on the 3rd floor, like she did it so fast, lightning speed, running down the steps. Now, my instincts was to close the door because I was going to close Vivian out there too. I didn't know what the hell was going on. I couldn't do it because I had socks on. The lady gets to my door and she pushing her way in. I'm trying to push her out, but I'm sliding because I got socks on. Didn't have no carpet on my floor. She gets in. Mind you, Vivian, she off to the side, doing all that damn screaming. That's the playoff. The lady gets in. And she puts her to my head. Yeah. And threatened my life. She said, I want your TV, I want your money, and whatever else you got. I tell her, take whatever you want. Just don't hurt my children. she demands me to unplug the TV. Now, Vivian, I'm looking at her too. This her play along. She's standing up against the wall in because when you first come in my apartment, it was like a little entryway first, and then you come on in, living room, kitchen. And she's standing up against the wall by the kitchen, acting like she's scared. So she tells me, the lady with to unplug my TV and walk it out in the hallway and sit it down on the landing, because I stayed on the second floor. I did just that. But as I go to bend over to sit the TV down, I see 2 pair of feet linked up against the wall like they hadn't. Didn't want me to see them. And I recognized the shoes, Adrian and the dude she was with, linked up against the wall. So she's like, okay, come back in. So I come back in. She gets my purse to get my money, had just cashed my check. I used to keep a jar full of change, and I want to say it had about $35, maybe $40 worth of change, quarters, nickels, dimes, pennies, whatever. She took that. Then she tells me just before she leaves, we will come back and get you if you tell. I didn't say nothing. And all at the same time, she still got pointed at my head. She leaves. A few minutes later, Vivian leaves, playing it off like she's scared, she want to go home. So I call the police and a friend of mine, a guy friend of mine. I tell him what's up. He's like, I'm on my way. When he get to my house, I explained to him what happened. He's like, oh, wow. So he's like, did you call the police? I said, yeah, ain't nobody came yet. So I said, it dawned on me, I said, you know what? I did know what the guy that Adrian was dealing with at the time. I knew where he lived, which was up the street, not far from where I live. He said, you want to go over there? I said, yeah. What we was going to do, I ain't know, but I just want to go. It was just something why I wanted to go over there. So he takes me over there. I took my children to my mother so she can keep them right quick, and we went over there. He parks like in the back of this parking lot. We sat there a good 15, 20, 30 minutes. Lo and behold, Adrian, her sister, Vivian, and the guy that Adrian was messing with come out the building, carrying my brand new damn TV. Yeah. So you knew what they was getting ready to go do with it. And I'm like, that's damn near. I'm telling my friend, my guy friend. So I'm on the phone again, calling the popo, explaining to them what's going on. Nobody never came. Nobody never came to follow up on the report or nothing. I come back home. That bothered me for such a long time. Very long time. I didn't see Adrian for years after that. I would hear stories about her life, how she was living, the stuff she was doing, things that she even did to her own family, her sister P. P had to eventually take custody of her children when they were younger and raise them. Eventually, Adrian did get her children back. The relationship that she has with them now, I don't really know all like that. Because like I said, we haven't talked in years. At that time, I had to think about my babies' safety. Because Only God knows. I wanted revenge. I really, really wanted revenge on her. But I had to think about me being a single mother. If I went that route to get revenge on her, if my children would be motherless, and I had to talk to somebody, and I got therapy behind that. I did hear eventually she got her life together, got her children back. We still hadn't talked. And to this day, currently, we don't talk. Because I looked at it like, me, I'm good. But you put my children's life in danger. Having this, I want to say bitch, come in my house and set me up. My daughter being the oldest, she remembers. She remembers that. And I was so angry and just filled with just rage of revenge to get back at her. But hey, good people, I done made it in the house now. But I wanted to finish where I left off with the story, My Childhood Friend Tried to Set Me Up, part 3. When I was saying how angry I was so angry and hurt. I just couldn't believe that this girl, who we grew up together, like I said, our families knew each other, our grandparents was cool with each other, our parents went to school together, and how we developed such a bond as children, teenagers, young adults, and you allow yourself to get into a life of drugs and crime, and just doing people dirty. And I was one of them, It was so hard for me to believe that, but it happened. But during that time, I was so pissed that I was willing to really jeopardize my freedom and get revenge on Adrian for what she did. Me, I'm good. I'm cool. But when it involved my children, you get this bitch to come in my house and set me up, and my children see this. I was so angry. But I knew I needed to get help, and I did. But also I knew I had to forgive her, let it go and give it to God, and I did just that. Not for her, but for myself. But fast forward to now, we're in our 60s. So I do know that God don't like ugly. And you cannot skip and jump and slide through life thinking that you're going to do dirt and be foul to people, because it's going to come back sooner or later. I do know that Adrian's health isn't good. And the last time I did talk with her, it might have been a year, if that. When I did talk to her and asked her how she was doing, she said, "Oh, girl, I'm just sitting here waiting to die." Really? That's your conversation? I knew right then and there, her energy, I don't want to have nothing to do with it. So I ended that. But I'm going to say this. I wish her the best. I wish her well. I'm going to pray for her. But she got to answer. She has answered, and she still got to answer for that. Me, I'm good. I'm grateful that God was there protecting me and my babies when that went down. So I just wanted to share this story with y'all, how my childhood friend set me up. Yeah. I want to say thank you for listening to my story. I will be bringing more stories. I got another story that's off the charts. Like, really? That happened? Yeah. So, I love y'all to the moon and back, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.